Hey guys, what is going on? It is Ando. Thank you for stopping by on this video. So we just got news of this. I don't normally do these, but one, it's been forever since I did a YouTube video. Figured I should come out and do that. If you guys weren't aware, I've been doing, I was busy because I just got my first kid. So that was a big life event, so we haven't really been making so many videos lately, but this is pretty big, and I just want to give a quick shout out to a guy named Holy Cheese. He's in our Discord server. So we were running a contest, and I said whoever guesses the next character is going to, I was going to give him $20, so I'm going to do that. And but yeah, so we just got this. There was a bunch of puzzle masters working on this, and I have not read this through, so I'm just going to kind of give you guys, I'm going to read through it, and I'm gonna give you my initial reactions, and we'll see, how we feel about this. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. So we got Hunter, and he, again, Holy Cheese named him out. It wasn't just like a Bad Batch character or anything like that. He's the Bad Batch leader. He's an attacker. He's a clone trooper in Galactic Republic. So new tag there, a new faction to the game, but he also falls within the clone troopers, so that'll be interesting to see, because one thing that I'm not trying to be critical, but one thing that they kind of seem to have a trouble with is really keeping within, trying to use faction base versus some of these smaller factions, right? So like, is there going to be something that he can be used with Padme squads, or is there something that he might fall in better underneath a Shaak Ti lead with clones? Some of this stuff is going to be kind of interesting to see. So that's just my initial impression. Again, I'm probably, in the kid, they'll probably say a bunch of Bad Batch stuff, but his highlights: introduce a new faction in the game. Okay, helps Bad Batch allies focus on their primary target. Okay, so probably like some sort of mark. Grants multiple buffs to Bad Batch allies. Okay, so again, it looks like the buffs are only going to Bad Batch allies. But again, Shaak Ti doesn't care if you're Bad Batch or if you're just Clone Trooper or whatever. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, unit name Hunter, alignment light side. Again, he's the attacker, leader, Bad Batch, Clone Trooper, and Galactic Republic. He's a tactical leader of the Bad Batch who subtly destroys his enemies. Okay, so we got combat prowess. It's him throwing his knife, which actually looks pretty cool. I don't know, the ending kind of looks a little clunky, but all right, I'm down with that. Physical damage to target enemy and inflict exposed for 2 turns. If the target enemy was debuffed, attack again. Okay, so that's huge. So if it was already debuff, attacked again. So the expose won't matter. So you're gonna, because you're dealing the physical damage before the expose. Yeah, it's not like a double attack or anything like that. It's just a like it has to be debuffed before. Okay. So the expose doesn't count. All right. Special 1, shrouded approach, cooldown of 3. Okay, yeah. So what is this? This looks like an AoE. Clone Trooper allies gain evasion up and stealth for 2 turns, then deal physical damage to all enemies. Okay. So in this, right? Oh, actually, no, never mind. Evasion up and stealth for 2 turns. Interesting. So I'm trying to think if there's like there's no like clause in here that says like, what I'm really looking at, guys, is like there should be some sort of clause, I think, that says, if they're a tank, because now if you have a tank that is still stealth, that doesn't really seem to help much. I guess the evasion up, maybe. I'm kind of confused by this one. If Hunter was already stealth, all Bad Batch allies gain crit chance up and offense up for 2 turns. Okay. All right, special 2, finish what we started, cooldown of 3. All right, inflict expose on target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be evaded, so it can be resisted. Swap turn meter with target other clone trooper ally. If they are Bad Batch, they ignore taunt and inflict stun for 1 turn on their target enemy during that turn. This stun can't be evaded, but again, it can be resisted. So I need to read that last part. So swap turn meter with the target other clone. Okay, and if they were Bad Batch, they ignore taunt and stun for 1. Okay, so they're gonna get a bonus turn, and they in that 1 turn, their bonus turn, they can ignore taunt and inflict stun for 1 turn on their target enemy during that turn. And the stun can't be evaded, but the stun can be resisted. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so his leader says a different path. Bad Batch allies have 35% max health, 35% max protection, and 50% potency. Okay, so there's the potency check that was probably like some of these, you know, resisted stuff. So 35% max health, max protection. Okay. When Bad Batch allies use an ability where they have defense up, they deal true damage to all enemies. Interesting. So when they have defense up, they are going to deal true damage. Interesting. And while Bad Batch allies have evasion up, they have 50% crit avoidance. Okay, interesting. So that kind of explains this middle ability to me a little bit more. Because yeah, if you're adding all your clone troopers, if you're adding evasion up, but you know your taunter or whatever is still in stealth, you know, that doesn't seem to make so much sense to me. But if you're giving your taunter or you're giving all your clone troopers, you know, some crit avoidance, some survivability essentially, then that definitely makes a little bit more sense. Very interesting though that defense up is going to cause you to deal true damage. That is something I think pretty unique. When using an ability against a target locked enemy, okay, so there was no target lock in the kit. I'm assuming though that someone's gonna have it. Probably, gosh, who was the Tech, right? I would assume Tech is gonna be the one that does it, or potentially the sniper. I forgot his name now. Bad Batch allies can't be countered. Okay. When damaging an enemy with exposed, Bad Batch allies remove 50% turn rate from that enemy, doubled for droid and separatist allies. Whoa, okay, so that is very interesting. Excludes raid bosses and Galactic Legends. Okay. Not that we have any Galactic Legend, droid, or separatist enemies, but which can't be evaded or resisted. So this removing 50% turn meter, that's going to be a pretty big thing, I feel like, with Grievous. The fact that you can, because you're so actually, as I put this all together, guys, this is going to be a pretty big thing for Grievous. Not that Grievous is like, you know, the big counter that we need something else for, but what this is going to do, because you can do this, finish what we started, they're going to be able to ignore taunts. So even if you didn't kill Grievous, like maybe, you know, you try to kill him or some AoEs or something like that, and he's, you know, sitting at, you know, 50% health or whatever, because you can ignore taunts and stuff like that, that means that you can ignore the mark that Grievous is putting on other droid allies, and you'll be able to go right for him and be able to reduce, even if you don't kill him again, at least you reduce 50% turn meter, stop him from doing a big AoE where he regains all of his health. That could be pretty awesome, actually. You know, that's 100% turn meter from target locked enemies, right? Because that's what it is. With exposed enemies. Okay, so, and then if they're target locked enemies, they can't be countered. I don't know, I guess technically the only thing that I can really think that would really help you against is IG 100, because then he won't taunt. But other than that, I feel like maybe Grievous is like supposed to be what these guys are gunning for. I kind of guessing. Very interesting though, and the big thing to note, guys, too, is that they, like, you know, normally where they put the synergies here, they've got the character reveals coming out like kind of spaced out. Looks like about every 2 weeks. So all of April, basically, we're gonna get character reveals, and that's gonna be awesome. Leading up to May 4th, when Bad Batch goes live, I'm super stoked for this. I can't wait to see the rest of the kits. Definitely going to be some stuff because, you know, again, there's no target lock in here. There was some other stuff that I didn't really see a defense up at all, so I'm assuming we're going to gain defense up probably from like Wrecker or something like that. But you know, this is going to be, I think this is going to be really cool. I'm definitely excited to see the rest of the kits. So let me know what you guys think. Again, hopefully this video makes a little bit of sense. I know it's kind of weird. I was reading it and kind of reacting to it, but I'm excited for this because I think this has a ton of potential. And you know, light side, I don't know if it, you know, light side GOTB, what the you know, maybe there's a team to be made from the Bad Batch, but right now it feels like this is really towards Grievous, because you can kind of go around the taunts and stuff like that, and exposed damage is obviously very big damage to teams like Grievous. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. All right guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one.